Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to our channel. In the previous video we have successfully displayed username inside this label, and we are also getting user ID from database, and now we have stored this username inside our separate class so that we can access this username at any stage anywhere in my application. Now we are ready to perform change password functionality. So let's understand. First, when I write password over here, we will go to database and check that this password is for this user, because it might be happen that Mark Smith logged into application and go somewhere and another guy came and changed the password of Mark Smith. We don't do this one. We will make sure first that you are Mark Smith. If you're Mark Smith, you should write your old password correctly, and if your password is correct, we will check this password from database, and after verifying this one, we will write simply update process to update this password into database. Okay, so let's start. Exit and go to change password. Double click on this one. You can see is form valid function is valid function is perfectly working. Next, I will create another if statement, verify existing password. Okay, so I'll create another if statement. If old password, I can start with is password verified. Okay, and done. Now I'll press control dot or period and generate method, and understand this method is returning an boolean true or false. So now we will pass current password and check that password is exist in the database or not. Okay, so we have reading information from database. We have also write this code inside our login form, so we'll copy this one and use a little bit from here. Copy and paste it over here. So now understand, control dot for importing namespace for this one, and this one also, and verify. Instead of verify login details, we will verify password. I'll create this store procedure in a minute, and we are only specifying a single parameter as password, and its value will come from old password.text.trim, and instead of directly passing value, we should again use our secure data class to encrypt this password. Okay, so I'll pause this one, and I don't need this one as well. I need this one, but I don't need this data table at this time, and I also don't need this one, and remove this one. And over here I'll create simply a bool variable. Bool is correct equals to false. By default I'll set this bool variable to false, and once if str dot has rows, if this data reader has rows, then I'll set is correct equals to true. Otherwise this correct will be considered as false, and after this using statement, let me add space. After this using statement, I'll return is correct. Okay, so is correct is by default false, and once we're getting value from our database, obviously we need two parameters because we want to check the password for which user. We also need to specify another parameter, cmd.parameters.add with value, and over here we will specify add username, and its value will get it from logged user.username. Okay, so we'll pass username and its old password, and we'll check inside our store procedure that this has matching username and password. If yes, then obviously our data reader will have some rows and it will set is correct variable to true and will be returned as true. Otherwise, if doesn't have any rows, this will be automatically considered as false and it will return false. And if this is returned true, then go and update password. Else I'll display message box dot show your old password is not correct, please enter correct password. Okay, and I'll specify caption failed message box buttons dot okay and message box icon dot error. Okay, so let's create this store procedure, and remember this store procedure is receiving two parameters. So I'll reuse create procedure users and change verify password, and we're getting two parameters, username and password. And obviously this is a logged in user and this is you can say an enabled or active user. So we'll use select star from users where username is equal to this and password is equal to this. If username and its old password will be correct, it will definitely return the output. So I'll create execute, and that's why it will return number of rows, and that's why I will using this SQL data reader, and I'm checking for rows. If this data reader has rows, is correct as true. So start your application again and let me log into app, change password, and let type over here Mark Smith, and new password as admin. We should change it tab index as well and admin again. Click on this one. Look at this, this is doing nothing because we don't have write any update code. But if I change its old password Mark Smith 12345, click on change password, look at this, your old password is not correct, please enter a correct password. So now we will perform update operation. So we'll go inside this if statement, and we have already done update operation inside our two tables. So I'll copy users form, I'll go here, and this is the update process. I'll copy from here and I'll go here and paste it over here. So first we're creating connection, and then we'll users, and I rename this store procedure as change password. The only thing we need to pass insert here, change this one old username to simply logged in user.user name. Okay, and we don't need this one, and we only need to specify new password. So we'll set new password and we'll get it from new password. Remove this one. And if you understand, in our starting videos we are using created by property and we are specifying default value for admin, but we now have this logged in user information, so I can use this one instead of passing, you can say, the default admin. And after executing, I can simply call password is successfully changed. Okay, and obviously we need this reset form controls. I'll generate this one and I'll reset new password dot text dot clear, then old password dot clear, then confirm password dot clear, and after this I'll set old password dot focus as well. If you start your application again, but we don't have any store procedure right now, let me create this one. Username, new password, and created by, we need 3 parameters. Okay, so I'll paste it over here, username, new password, and one for created by as an nvoucher of 50, and obviously we need created date. We don't have any created date over here, but we will need this one. Change this one. Update users, and we'll set password equals to new password, and this is reserved, so we should use these square brackets. So set password is equals to this, and also set, we don't need to set, but set for the time being, set it as created by equals to at created by, and also set created date equals to at created. We don't have any variables, we should get this date from SQL Server. Okay, so execute this one and start your application again. So I am logged in with Mark Smith. Change password Mark Smith, and I am setting this password as admin, and admin again. Look at this, password is successfully changed and our form is now cleared. If I exit application and start application again, and if I click on login, look at this, username or password is incorrect because our new updated password is admin. Okay, perfect. Now we are good to go. We have successfully implemented change password functionality. And let me add one thing more about this one. Instead of using created by value, instead of using static values in your all forms, you can now use this logged in user class. So I'll go to roles form, save information, and instead of using this static admin, I can use now this logged in user class. And after this I can also use for this one. Okay, now let me verify somewhere. Now we need this in our user form as well. Save information and change it to this one, and change it to this one as well. Okay, so user and roles and login done. We're good to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm very happy that we are getting closer to our application. We are almost done 85 to 90% of our work. The only thing is required is user privileges and how to manage user privileges. We'll discuss that one in a later, and we'll also check if you open your dashboard form. We'll also do using privileges. If this is admin, then the logged in user, if the logged in user is admin, then he can access these options, otherwise he can access only these options. So we'll do in our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet again. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.